Good morning, my beautiful people. Now I'm going to put my bulkheads back in its place, and for that I'm about to prepare the spots for chain plates knees. This is such a funny thing. You think that, okay, now you quickly put the bulkheads back in its place and you start preparing the spots for chain plate knees and end up widening and opening the cracks so the sealant can fill them better. And that word, quickly, lingering like a mocking echo. Well, I was wondering where else I can use a sealant, because I know that it's going to be a lot left in a tube after I fix my chain plates, so I do not want to waste it. And I remember this spot on the bow. My camera is dead, so I will make a little footage on my phone. Before binding my bulkhead, I want to heal this place because now it has so much light here. You see, it is absolutely destroyed also. Under the metal plate there was wooden backing, but it is completely rotten, so now I will clean it up. I'm going to show you what I did yesterday here on the boat, on my boat. Well, this is a story about, you know, when you think that you'll just quickly do some stuff and that's it, and then the whole world of hard rebuilding is opening. Yesterday I spent a lot of time just unscrewing this part and that metal thing. I started in the darkness cleaning this spot. The fiberglass here was so destroyed and in such a bad condition, and I also found osmosis here. Even now I understand that I have to continue to remove more layer of fiberglass, because, you know, I cannot just put a sealant here and to leave all that air inside. Yesterday I just thought, why it's supposed to be so quick and easy. And I guess that this is how boat repairing looks like usually. Now I understand that. You just think that you will do something very quickly, just a few minutes, and then you spend the whole day healing a little spot. I just noticed water inside. Good morning, my loves. I was so terrified of what I saw yesterday. I mean, all those osmosis and those amount of acid and destroyed fiberglass. It really made me so upset. You can learn everything from YouTube regarding boat reparation, but it is important to have people around you with experience to whom you can text and to say something like, oh my god, take a look, what it's so bad, who will calm you down and say that it's okay. And here I want to encourage you, because before I started this project I knew nobody with experience in boat restoration, and when I started and I started saying about it, posting it on YouTube, people just appeared around me, and I guess this is how it works all the time. I mean, people with the similar passion and the similar interests, they just find each other immediately. So if you do not have experience as me and you do not know anybody who will help you with advice, just start and don't be afraid. You will find your people and they will find you. I was digging and digging deeper, and it was still wet and wet and wet. And you know, it's not water, it is acid because of osmosis. So it is important to remove every wet area, and that's what I'm doing. I just, you know, slice off and slice off and slice off the layer by layer and layer like cheese. And I wonder where it's going to stop, but it does not stop. Well, I washed a little bit that place from, you know, to be sure that there is no more acid. Well, I've seen videos on YouTube where people carefully grind off the damaged layers of the hull with an angle grinder, and it looks so neat when they do it, and mine didn't turn out that clean though. Next time I'm definitely using a flap disc instead of a cutting one. Anyway, let's call this spot my little test field. I'm just glad I have that blue filler to patch up the deep grooves before I start laying the fiberglass. Remember, in one of my summer videos, I talked about how hard it was for me both physically and emotionally. After that episode, a couple reached out to me and said they had a gift for me, something they make by hand, and they hope their gift will help me to get through the hard moments in my life. When I saw what it was, it felt a bit intimidating but exciting at the same time. I mean, it's a board with nails and you're supposed to stand on it. But of course I was curious to try it. And now, after 2 weeks of standing on them a few minutes every day, I really want to share my impressions with you. The sensations are incredibly vivid, just like swimming in the icy water. And when you step off the boards, it feels so light. You can literally sense how those happiness hormones rush through your body. It's this calm, pure and silent kind of joy. These boards were a gift. No one asked me to talk about them, but after using them these weeks, I genuinely wanted more people to know about them. They are made in Ukraine by a small family business, a husband and a wife team, and their prices are very fair. They have worldwide delivery, and you can really feel how much heart and soul they put into every detail. I was touched of how they beautifully decorated boards. It even has my mocha pot and my workbench with a golden star. So if you're curious, you will find the link in the description. And if you decide to get a pair for yourself, I'm sure that you're going to love them with all your heart. Good morning! I'm already mixing my resin. Please do not be scared that it is not an epoxy resin, but this is it's like impossible to find an epoxy resin in Montenegro, though it sounds weird. I asked everybody who work on boats here and they all use this kind of resin. Now I'm going to use a very curious technique which I didn't know before, so I am so curious to try it. Let's start. So first of all, I'm going to spill this. Now the most interesting part. I'm going to roll it in like a sausage. I bend it twice and well, it turned out to be so good. I even cannot believe that I made it. And it was so fast and so quick and so easy to apply this fiberglass when you soak it this way. I'm impressed. No bubbles with air, nothing. I think it's fine. I think it's good. What do you think? I was ready to to say, well, I did it for the first time and it is how it is, but it is good. You are so generous people. It really helps me to buy all those expensive cans, because one can of hempen paint, for example, it costs $20, and it's like this with everything regarding boats, so it helps me a lot. And this morning I received $500 from one person, and even now it left me speechless. I just cannot be more grateful. Thank you so much. And you know what we're going to do with this money? I mean, me and you as my beautiful followers. We are going to rebuild my V-Basta, because it's going to be really cold in November and December and so on. And instead of buying a heater from the shop, let's rebuild the original one. I have a nice V-Basta here. Look. here it is. Yeah, here is it. Here's a panel control. I just have to order some stuff which I will need, and we'll start, me and you. So see you on next weekend. And it's so sad to say goodbye all the time, but I have to. I will go now and edit this video. See you very soon. Please take care until then. Mwah. Bye.